This is episode 3, and today what I'm talking about is adaptation. Last week I talked a little bit about diversification, and more specifically, I asked you to ask yourself, who are you without what you do? This week, what I'm talking about is adaptation. So we've all heard the quote that is not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent, but rather the one that is most adaptable to change. We are all asked to choose somewhere along this landscape between a very stable, very secure job, like something like a government job, and maybe on the other side would be a very free, very mobile job like entrepreneurs and artists and things like that. And we all kind of pick somewhere along that landscape. This pandemic has poked holes in every single person's day-to-day life, okay? And my goal with these videos is to help you deal with that. So no matter where you are on that landscape, I think that there's 5 things that you should focus on so that you can get, that you can adapt to this circumstance. So the number one thing, adaptation is the goal. You should not be trying to change your circumstances. Your goal should be to adapt to whatever is happening right now. If you focus on the adaptation of the circumstance, that is 100% within your power. Now, number 2, the thing that I believe a lot of people struggle with is that they don't believe they can adapt. They're stuck in this fixed mindset where they believe that whoever they are, that's who they're always going to be. And there's a great book by Carol Dweck called Mindset. I would highly recommend that. But I believe that you have to believe that adaptation is possible, okay? Number 3, how do we adapt? There's always 2 things that we can control: our effort and our attitude. And I talk about this all the time because these are things that are 100% within our control. So what you have to do is you have to ask yourself, what level is my effort? Am I giving 100% effort for that day? If the answer is yes, then great, you can move on. But if the answer is no, you have to evaluate yourself on that, on a scale of 0 to 100. How hard am I trying today? Number 2, how is my attitude? Am I being positive? Am I focused on solutions? Or am I being negative? Am I focusing on pointing out the problems and bringing everybody down? Those two things, the effort and the attitude, are going to help you affect the adaptation that you undergo. Number 4, and this one I think is a little bit harder, but number 4 is, it doesn't matter how everybody else is doing. It is so easy, so tempting to look at your neighbor, look at your friend, look at your coworker, whoever, and look at how they're doing and really get super jealous or frustrated with yourself, or just really negative about yourself. It truly doesn't matter how they're doing because they don't have the same genetics as you. They have not been through the same experience as you. They have different responsibilities as you. So truthfully, it doesn't matter how they're doing because they're not you and you're not them. The only person that you should be comparing yourself to is the person that you were yesterday. And we talk about this all the time in martial arts. I tell my students who are comparing each other in their belts, like, am I ready for my next belt? Oh, I'm not as good as the other person. It doesn't matter where they're at. They're on their own journey. You're on your journey. So focus on yourself. Are you better than yesterday? Number 5, and this is a great quote by Martin Luther King. I really love this quote. He said, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But no matter what, you have to keep moving forward. I truly believe that every single day we have to keep moving ourselves forward. It looks different every day. Our effort and our attitude are going to be different every day, but we have to focus on those things, focus on what we can control, and keep moving ourselves forward. That's how we're going to get through this, how we're going to adapt to this new circumstance we find ourselves in. If you found this video useful, please subscribe to my channel. Please follow me on social media. I post other videos and other thoughts that I have about things like this. I really appreciate all the support I've gotten so far. And if there's something that you would like me to address, or you're curious about my opinion on something else, please message me. I'm happy to interact with you and engage with you on these topics or anything else that's on your mind. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you all next time.